So Kevin Smith keeps doubling and tripling down, making things worse for himself. And his buddies in the shill media, oh, they are always down with the cause. See, despite not really liking the show and not really watching it growing up, Kevin Smith admitted that after lying about it at first. Now he's telling you, I know what a fan base reacts like when they don't get that thing they grew up watching. If you don't agree with that, according to Kevin Smith, if you think he pulled a bait and switch, if you think he lied about stuff, you need to grow the F up. You're just hating to hate. You're just review bombing. None of it is Kevin Smith's fault. Now, hilariously, the media, the very place that interviewed the man, they have to come out and they have to call you a sexist. While they're doing that, too, they undermine the argument that it's not a bait and switch. Oh, man, Kevin Smith and the media, they just make this stuff worse and worse. And what a trash fire to behold. Now, making all of this even more insultingly transparent are places like Rotten Tomatoes here, jacking up their audience score. You can see this. This has gone up from 25% to 32%. And you know what? It didn't go up naturally. See, while Kevin Smith and his media cronies are out there gaslighting people, you'll notice something. No new reviews are coming in. What that means is either more eyes on the prize. That means more people are not making themselves known, or something crazy is going on. You and I, we're going to talk about all of this stuff too. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. Oh, man. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. You know what? Kevin Smith, he's not doing himself any favors whatsoever by telling customers, not fans, mind you, not consumers, but customers that see something here and they don't like it, to grow the F up. By the way, that spicy little own, yeah, this is the same guy that's reaching back into our childhoods to remake kid shows to prey on nostalgia, but we need to grow up. Good times there, huh? That's right. According to CBR, Kevin Smith has some harsh words for the angriest critics of the news show. And just to put this into perspective, not just for you, but also for companies like Mattel, they want you to buy toys, Netflix, they want you to buy services. He's not talking about those paid shills. You know, the people you give stuff to for free. No, he's talking about the overwhelming majority of audiences. You can see that in the backlash they're getting through scoring. And this is a fixed score, by the way. It still has an overwhelming number. Now, like I was saying before, Kevin Smith, he went on record in interviews telling you that he understands how fan bases react when they don't get the thing that they were growing up watching. Basically, if somebody goes in, they betray that thing, he knows how they're going to react. This coming from a guy that was never invested in He-Man, mind you, never liked the show at all, his own admissions. With Kevin Smith even going as far as to say, hey, I wouldn't try to reinvent this thing for the modern age. No, you didn't try to do that, did you, in your bait and switch? You didn't try to do that at all. He added some depths to it, but still, you know, he was going out and he was being true to the show. So this is the person approaching him, and they say, quote, I yearned to watch the show I thought I was watching in childhood. That's what I'm looking for here. The same show, but people can die. Can you do that? And Kevin Smith, his response is, quote, and I was like, that's the only thing I can do. Honestly, if it had been anything else outside of that, if they were like, we want you to reinvent this for the modern age, that would have scared me off creatively because I'm not that inventive. And also because I know what a fan base reacts like when they don't get the thing that they grew up watching. You think I'm going to be the fall guy for that? If I'm involved in a thing, it's going to be true to what it is. It's going to be true to the franchise. Now, the reason that Kevin Smith, he brings all of that up is because you obviously aren't fan enough for them. If you thought this was a bait and switch, if you thought this was some kind of problem, obviously you're not fan enough for this issue. He doesn't take your complaints very seriously. He says this here, by the way. It's been very interesting seeing who truly is a hardcore fan, because anybody that's like, oh man, there's not enough He-Man or something like that, doesn't understand the show that we based it on. See, Kevin Smith, he ain't got time for you folks that aren't real fans of He-Man. He's lost his patience with you. This is supposed to be damage control, by the way. This is how the media and Kevin Smith think you're going to go out, you're going to do justice to things. You just keep talking. Maybe that's going to make it better. And part of that talking, yeah, it comes with this. I see people online go, hey man, they're getting rid of He-Man. Like you really effing think Mattel Television, who hired me and paid me money, wants to do an effing Masters of the Universe show without He-Man. Then he continues in a harsher manner. They're telling you that's his tone. Grow the F up, man. Like that blew my mind. Bunch of people being like, oh, I smell it. This is a bait and switch. Yeah, customers complaining about what they got, feeling that they got a bait and switch. They're the problems. Bravo on that, by the way, because not only do you turn people against Kevin Smith, you turn them against the show, you turn them against Netflix, you make them not support Mattel. Yeah, way to go out there, double and triple down. Losing people money hand over fist. Again, couldn't have said it better, buddy. Now, things they get kind of hilarious when Variety, the place that interviewed Kevin Smith, they try to get involved. Why? Because they call you a sexist. They say you don't like it when a woman, she's the center of the show, telling you, everything that he said here, well, it's kind of not true. Not only that, they tear it down even more here by saying, we did all of these things the original never could, but of course, he never changed anything. Quote, in speaking with Variety about these choices, it's clear that the creator and cast of Revelation only ever wanted to please fans of the show by getting to do things the original never could. Real stakes, real consequences, nuanced characters imbued with genuine pathos and psychological maturity. By the way, these folks, they never show psychological maturity at all. But it's clear that Revelation is a textbook case of precarious tightrope walk of trying to please fans of a legacy franchise while also trying to avoid merely regurgitating what came before, especially given that the world of extremely online fandoms, almost always exclusively driven by men, have not responded well when a property previously led by a man suddenly has a woman at its center instead. That right there seems to defeat all of those arguments that it's not a bait and switch. Now, if being told you're not fan enough and that you're some type of sexist while also being told to F off isn't enough for you, how about the out-and-out removal of your voice when you decide to speak up and to say what's wrong? Because that's what we're seeing from places like Rotten Tomatoes. See, Rotten Tomatoes, they're okay with that 94% critical review. I mean, that helps them score all kinds of backing, and ooh, they love that backing. But that audience score, yeah, you gotta fix that thing, and you gotta fix it now. Now, hilariously, Shill Media, they accidentally record what happens. How do they do that? Well, they tell you 94% for the critical reaction, 25% for the fan reaction. This, by the way, it was written up 2 days ago. And that same day, YetiCast, they record this, you have the score going up. People, they can't get in, they can't access reviews. Basically, everything was locked down. Yeah, what you see is a bait and switch on that too, but somebody will probably tell you to F off if you call that as well. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. I mean, isn't it crazy? As always, too, appreciate the heck out of you. You being here makes that work. That's what these people forgot. You make this stuff work, not them. They can put together something, but hey, you showing up, that's what makes it possible. Thank you for that. If you want to help out the channel in different ways, check out our links in the description. But you being here, that matters. So thank you again. And I'll end with this, with saying thank you one more time and see you soon.